Hello, I'm Adam Woods from McGrath Estate Agents and welcome to the April Market Wrap. Well, no doubt you're getting a lot of news around the real estate space in your feeds. Obviously, a lot of predictions around interest rates and what that's going to do to the market. We've got the election campaign in full swing and plenty of noise around housing affordability, as there should be, and a key issue for the election coming up. We really won't have any certainty on either of these things for some time to come, probably another 6 weeks obviously for our election, and some time before we really see the full effects of what happens in interest rates. One thing I do know is that these same experts were out there around the time Corona was breaking there for the first time in 2020, predicting that the market was likely to crash 20 to 40%. In fact, the opposite tended to be true in the wash. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're about to go through another massive cycle like that. That was certainly unprecedented growth. But what I'm saying is try to keep a balance of opinion as to what you're seeing in the media and what actually is happening in your market, in your local area. And what we are seeing is definitely some increased demand levels and still record low supply levels. Just looking in the rental space, we did see some stats out from CoreLogic this month that indicated that rental prices across regional New South Wales actually increased by 10.6%. Well, we've actually been talking about that in the last few reports we've logged online here, and feeling that some of those pressures are still building and we are still likely to see further increases in rental prices, making Mudgee an incredibly attractive option for investment. We're still seeing interest rates at historically low rates there. 2 to 3% interest is something that you could only have dreamed of 10 years ago, and yet we're afforded that opportunity to invest with those type of rates right now. In terms of investment, Propertyology released a report just a couple of weeks ago that showed over the last 2 decades the Mudgee and indeed the entire Central Tablelands region actually outperformed the Sydney area. Mudgee at 7.8% annual growth versus the Sydney area of 7% annual growth, showcasing that Mudgee is not just an affordable option, but one that could net you a better return. Also in the CoreLogic report, Australia's 10.3 million residential properties were valued at $9.9 trillion, with only $2 trillion debt on record for residential real estate. That actually puts most of Australia in a very low geared position, and one that's well buffered to get through any interest rate rises. What we are seeing at a local level is still an incredible amount of buyer demand and confidence in our local market. Some fantastic recent sales for the month of April were 90 Mudgee Street in Rylstone for $820,000, 29 Horatio Street selling prior to auction for $910,000, 148 Beryl Road Golgong sold at $910,000 with competing interest, 31 Pitts Lane Mudgee sold before it could hit the market for $530,000. And hot off the press, Ilkley Cottages has sold for $1.9 million. I know a lot of you have followed that campaign over the last 6 months as we've sought the ideal buyer for that business. Coming up, we're excited to see the Carleon Stage 4 development at Council and edging closer to a release date. We also have Millennial Estate in Golgong, where we are currently registering interest and will shortly release to the market. Finally, Merrimee Grove, the industrial park just out on the Hill End Road there. We do have a select couple of blocks in stage 2 that will be coming available. At this point, we're not on the market. We are dealing with buyers that have registered prior interest. So if you or anyone you know may be interested in an industrial commercial opportunity, please contact myself. If you'd like to know anything more about the market, how your property is performing, any concerns you may have around interest rates or what's likely to happen with property values, we'd love to have a chat. 63 722 584 or connect with us on our social channels. Thank you.